The Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah. Down with the traitors, up with the stars.
William Tecumseh Sherman got into West Point through the political manipulations of family friend, Ohio Senator Thomas Ewing, whose daughter, Eleanor Ewing, he married in 1850. Resigning his military commission, he tried his hand at being a banker in California during the gold rush, and then at law in Kansas, before going to Louisiana and becoming a well-respected military instructor. After the firing on Fort Sumter, he had his brother, another senator, pull some strings to get him back on duty. After the first Battle of Bull Run, where the Union troops were absolutely slaughtered by the Confederates, he had a nervous breakdown and was removed from duty with the press proclaiming that he had gone insane. When he joined back up, it was with Ulysses S. Grant, and, fighting against his portrayal as an insane coward, he ignored military intelligence that a large army was in his vicinity, and he and Grant fought desperately for their lives. Finally winning the day, the two men became lifelong friends. After Vicksburg, the two turned their attention to Atlanta, Georgia, and that's where the story of the March to the Sea picks up. The March to the Sea began in Atlanta on November 15, 1864, and ended in Savannah on December 12, 1864. Sherman divided his 60,000 men into two wings. Before marching, he issued an order spelling out the rules of the march, but soldiers often ignored the foraging restrictions. The two wings stayed about 20 to 40 miles apart. Sherman's foraging soldiers quickly became known as bummers as they raided plantations and farms. Confederate President Jefferson Davis urged Georgians to poison their own wells and burn their fields to deny the Union Army the chance to loot them, but the civilians in the Army's path failed to do so. The most controversial event in the March to the Sea happened on December 9th. Jefferson C. Davis, in charge of the left wing of the Army, removed the pontoon bridge at Ebenezer Creek before the liberated slaves following the Army could cross. Frightened men, women, and children plunged into deep water, and many drowned trying to reach safety away from Confederate troops. Sherman backed his commander by pointing out that Davis had done what was militarily necessary. Sherman's men had destroyed all sources of food and forage and left behind a hungry, demoralized people who had believed the Confederacy could protect them. As a result of the hardships on women and children, desertions increased in Robert E. Lee's army in Virginia. By breaking the will of the South to fight, Sherman believed his campaign would shorten the war. By early 1865, he received permission to carry his psychological warfare into South Carolina. For marching his soldiers through Georgia and South Carolina, the South branded him a marauding villain, and the North hailed him as a hero. But where do you stand? Can war against civilians ever be acceptable? Is Grant a hero or a villain? And what do you think happened to the people of Georgia and South Carolina in the years following the March to the Sea? Can we still see any effects on Southern society today? Please discuss these points in your table groups.
Bring the good old bugle, boys, we'll sing another song. Sing it with the spirit that will start the world along. Sing it as we used to sing it, 50,000 strong, while we were marching through Georgia. Hurrah, hurrah, we bring the Jubilee. Hurrah, hurrah, the flag that makes you free. So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea, while we were marching through Georgia. How the darkies shouted when they heard the joyful sound. How the turkeys gobbled which our commissary found. How the sweet potatoes even started from the ground, while we were marching through Georgia. Hurrah, hurrah, we bring the Jubilee. Hurrah, hurrah, the flag that makes you free. So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea, while we were marching through Georgia.